Right, we're back. So I made short timing marks correcting the inspection hole. Chains on, but it'll probably fall off. Rings have been oiled, gaskets on. Okay, I've cleaned up the locating dowels, that one at least. Okay, so that's everything I need to do to that. So what I'm going to do is feed the chain through here. Can I do it that way? Probably not actually. So I'll fit the head. That's just sat on the piston now. Feed the chain in. I think it'll fall off anyway, this. I'm not too worried about this. It's a bit of an arse to get back on after, but it's not. It isn't a very good start actually. Right, it's there. Okay, well, I suspect this is going to fall off. Tell you what I'll do. I'll just pop that over there. I can put it back on in a minute. So get these over. Get the head over this. Right, pistons sat in the entrance to that. So that's the exhaust is in the right place. So I'm going to squeeze the rings together with my fingers. I'll take a seat for this. Do you know, people make this look so easy. I should use my tool for this. Didn't have this problem last time I did one of these. It's over the top one. Yep. So the second one is in position. Just get that in there. That's that one. So that's the top ring in. Second one's moved, so I'm just going to slide that round to there. That's it. I think we're nearly there. That's it. Just take that off. That was a fair old chew, was that? So chains come off. Well, we'll sort that in a minute. Let's get this. That's it. Right. I did put some oil on the inside of the cylinder, but I'm just going to put some more in. And just work that up and down again. Just add that on there. Okay. That's it. I'll just lightly, I'm just stuck on these 6mm bolts at the moment. That's it there. That looks okay for now. So chains on now. So, right, let's go back to top dead centre now. Just keep this timing mark correct. Okay. So next is the actual cylinder head. It's this one here. This is all being cleaned, valves have been done, so I've got a dowel somewhere. Where's that other locating dowel? That's that one there. So that goes on that away. Okay. So the other locating dowel goes into there. Okay. Make sure this is clean. Okay. So we want the gasket on there. So it'll only fit that way because of the EGR location on there. So I'll just pop that into there. This one's metal, coincidentally. Okay. Just make sure I change this one. I should have had another light, really. I can see it. You obviously can't see it on the camera. Let's get that timing back up. It's going to keep falling anyway. So, right, so that's in there. So locating dowel in top one and that one. So what we're going to do with this one is just hold the chain. You really need 3 hands or someone else there with you. So chains just dropped out again. That's it. Miraculously the chain's still on, so okie dokie. So next thing to do is pop the cylinder head bolts back on. I kept these in order. So I've got, that's a dome nut, that one. That one's just a normal nut, flat nut. Carefully and not to drop anything in the cavity. I'll pop that one on there. The bottom one was a dome nut. Get that on there. I think the idea here for me is to, the last dome nut going on now, is to just get all this together, get the cam in, get the sprocket on, just to hold the chain on, just to ensure that everything's correct as far as that goes. So that's the timing mark done. So next we'll put the, oh silly me, videoed it now, so do you know what I forgot to do? Just as well it happened, really. It's just how simple it is to get wrong. I forgot to put the one of the chain guides on. Silly Billy. Take that off. Damn it. I won't do that again. So I'll just take the bottom donut off. Can't get to the washer now, so I'm holding the damn chain up. Right, okay. Well, this is the washer on this side I don't want to lose in there. The other one's on the outside of the head, this one's on the inside. So, let's get this off. Come on. That's a dome. Damn thing off now. Try it again. Gutted, absolutely gutted that happened. Let's check that chain's still on. Yeah. So, the next step is to put the chain guide on. Okay. Note its orientation as well, it bored in that way. God, I can't believe I did that. Then the other chain guide goes on after, so it's one before and one after. So Right, looks like those dowels have to align with that, so just have the chain up here. Now I need my right hand on there. So when's it going on? Let's have a it's this one. There she goes. And then the locating dowels actually sit in the gap in the gasket as well. That's gone straight down, that's good. Right. So, put the cylinder and dome nuts on. 3 dome nuts, 1 flat face nut. To be fair, I don't think I've really got a good camera angle here either. But I'll be doing this in 2 parts anyway, so I'm going to nip these up at 25 Newton meters eventually when I get round to that. So next I'm going to put the other half of the chain guide in for this one, so I'm going to pop that one into there. And that's using the blind bolt there. Just nip that in there for now. So next is the camshaft. This is out of bath. Make sure the holes are all clear. These are like oil galleries on these. So the next thing is to drop a little bit of oil in there. Okay. Not going to put oil on the end yet because that's I'm going to do that in a moment. So I've still got the peg in that cam there. Okay. I don't know which is the best way to do this actually, because I'm never going to get the sprocket over that, am I? So I'm at the, just ensure the timing mark's correct there. About there. So it's impossible to get on there. So what we need to do is put the sprocket onto the cam, then drop the cam in there, put the chain over, and with the timing mark on the bottom correct, I can always move this if need be. Oh no, I remember how to do this. That's silly. Plenty of mistakes coming out here. Let's take the sprocket off there. Just put the cam to one side. Fit the sprocket first. That's it. Now let's get the top dead centre mark on the flywheel again, which is there. And if you remember, we need the lines parallel on the sprocket out, don't we? Which were like so. So I think we want to be somewhere there. That looks to be a tooth out. Let's just bang that back up to the timing mark. Looks to be a tooth that way, so what we'll do is just lift it up one. And I know it's exactly as it was disassembled. Yep, so that's parallel to that now, by the look of it. Then we'll put the camshaft back on. If I recall, the hole was at the top, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. So what we'll do now is we'll fit that into there. I think we're nearly there with that. I don't think it's quite gone on that because it's just not quite. Ah, that's it. Okie dokie. So, made another mistake, haven't we? Which is, again, is good really. I forgot to fit this under the cam. And yep, you guessed it, you can't get it in. So we have to take that back off. So I'll put that guide back in. Bet there's a few of these engines kicking about without that part in. There. So I should, if I adjust this back down, go for my top dead centre, which is there, and that is parallel, so that's bang on now. Oops. So chain tensioning guide in. We'll do the chain tensioner tomorrow. Just glad to get it back to that stage first. We have got the cap to fit on here as well, but that needs a bit of sealant on it as well. So we'll have the locking tab washer to fit, that one. In the other manual I mentioned, the two little M10 bolts. In the other manual, it's the clone of this engine. They say to use Loctite or thread lock on these, but obviously we don't, because it's got the folds on it anyway, so it doesn't need it. So right, we'll put the clutch nuts on the bottom of there, just they're last anyway. After you've nipped the head down, they want to go down to 10 Newton meters. And there's two underneath as well. I think I've got it right way around. I'm sure there were clutch nuts on the back. I'll double check my video for that. That's proving awkward. Just don't look at the axis at the moment, that's it. Okay, so we're all loosely fitted now. Yeah, just turn tension to fit. So go back to top dead centre, which is there. Yep. That's cool, that's fine. Yeah, so we'll get them in a minute. In fact, we'll do it now. Then that's all loose bits attached, isn't it? So let's have a look. So it goes in that way. I don't want to be dropping this. Okay, we'll just rotate that round. Get that one in. It's probably want to be on around 10 Newton meters, I would have said as well. So, right, we'll take that timing mark back round again. Okay, so there's them to nip up, cylinder head bolts to nip up, the side 10s, that timing mark should be there somewhere, just confirm that there. Yep, that's bang on, is it? There's the chain tensioner, which coincidentally I didn't realise how these worked actually. So there's a screw hole in the end, and you turn it clockwise, and then when you release the screw it finds its own tension. I wondered how they worked. So I don't have a massive amount of experience, obviously. Don't beat me to death up about it. And then it springs out. So it says on it up as well there. So I presume that's the top there. So we'll fit that tomorrow when we got it all nipped on, and then fit that. Okay. So yeah, all good so far. I'll double check these nuts as well. I'll check the other video and see if the clutch nuts were on the top or the bottom. I can't recall now. So yeah, so it'll be a two-parter, this video obviously. Right, I'll be back tomorrow because it's too late.